Berserk 1997, episode 16. Talk about another absolute banger. Finally thrown into the biggest battle of the Band of the Hawk's career, other than the Devil one, I will say that, but this one it feels certainly huge. Getting into it, there is something I was pretty surprised about, and it was the fact that Adon was still alive. In a way, that's just pure comedy. There's this weasel-like character that is commanding these soldiers. However, he just gives up on them any moment that he knows he's about to lose and kind of just runs away. He's a very necessary character in this episode, especially when we have Casca at 100% getting her rematch inside the castle. It starts off pretty similar to their last fights, but the thing is, Adon isn't exactly a regular soldier. Even though he's a bit of a scaredy cat, he is very skilled. Things sort of seem quite even. Casca is dodging some strikes. And this is where we see Adon pull out one of his little e-bags. He gets on his knees, and by surprise, he shoots Casca with an arrow that is tipped with poison. Really didn't throw me off at all. It exactly does feel like something Adon would do. Casca just sort of sits there, and we're just like, oh man, she begins to take the arrow out of herself, and she just keeps going. We see her face off once again to him, and this is where she does like this flip, and she like cuts his face. It was crazy. I think she basically almost decapitated him, but they didn't really show it. This has got to be one of the biggest wins for Casca so far. Okay, now it's time to talk about the main event, the biggest battle. It is Guts versus General Boscon. Honestly, I wasn't too sure if this character would really show up, but he is an absolute unit just like Guts. Two dudes sitting there slinging swords, horsebound. And the thing is, Guts even breaks his sword while fighting him. I really didn't think much of it whenever he broke this sword. I'm just sitting there thinking, oh, he's just gonna get another one from one of the soldiers on the battlefield. This is where things are kind of funky. We're just trying to put pieces together. There's like someone on a hill, and they randomly throw this sword down and it lands right in front of Guts. This is a grittier blade. It's definitely got more personality, and we see Boscone charge on his horse right at Guts, both of them going in for a huge strike. This is when Guts is able to decapitate the man. It's cinema, and I do think he also took the head of the horse also, which is pretty harsh. At this time, all at the same time, they have secured victory. Now we kind of get to the ending portion, which there is multiple things to talk about. Firstly, there is a connection to this army to Griffith, and it turns out their commander-in-chief was the same governor that Griffith sold himself out to. He also ends up getting killed by Griffith. Next up is the question that I had. How did Guts get this sword? Who was it? And we finally get to see up top, it was the demon. As we see him walk away, we get to hear something that seems very important. The time of the great eclipse is near, and the devils will soon descend. Some really bone-chilling dialogue to hear as he fades away. And to the final thing to end the episode. After Griffith has finished another achievement, we get to see the White Dragon Army in cloaks discussing about Griffith. That's where they begin to speak of a plan to try and kill him once again with poison. While they're talking about this plan, it's when a lady sneaks up on them and they're like, Your Majesty. And she just leaves us off with, You can leave it in my hands. So now coming into the next episode, we're gonna have to find out who this character is and how is she gonna poison Griffith. With all that, I rate this episode a 9.4. There was some pretty crazy things that happened, but at the same time, it's just time itself that doesn't necessarily do it the best justice, especially with the battles that were fought here. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on Berserk 1997, episode 16. Hope you guys stay safe, and until next time, peace out, guys.